those who know, they know that whatever that is happening today in Nigeria, we've seen this before. And whatever that is going on at this point in time is a challenge of our own generation. This is not the first time people will be kidnapped. This is not the first time we'll be hearing the issue of people being killed. But for those who are from privileged home, we don't understand what we went through. For some of us who grew up in villages, if we are from Okeogun, along Ibarapa corridors, for more than 50 years, we face what people are reporting today as attacks from S-men. The only change, which of course we have at this point in time, is that there's social media. Things are well reported. I recall very well that in 1980, an elderly person from Lalate, we call it Baba Serafu, he took loan to for his farming, for about 10 acres of maize, and all of a sudden he heard one day that the Fulanis have arrived and they've gone to his farm and they've started grazing everything. He got there and he challenged them, and they just simply told him that everything belongs to God, so and nobody can stop them from grazing that farm. Out of anger, and the old man looked at it that is in trouble. So he made an effort to stop them. What happened next? They cut one of his hand. So if I'm from Lalate, you know that. I grew up in the Bolasa. Every year, it's either the Fulani come and they rape old woman to a point of death. And if you travel between Maya to Erua going to Igora, you see every market day, the Fulani will be waiting for you, standing there. It's either to kill, collect people's money. When they want to get phone, they will ask you, hello, Tirenko. They refer to your cell phone. That where's your cell phone? And you just have to give it to them at all costs. So what I'm saying in the essence is that a lot of people who are born in Lagos, who grew up in Lagos, like my friend Wale Badmos, will not understand what we went through in those days. So, and some of them will not understand what is still going on. But the only change, which of course we've seen today, is that these are well reported in real lifetime. In real life, as it happens, is being reported. And when it happened to a celebrity or somebody from a very big home, like what happened to the daughter of our leader, Fasorati, there's tendency that is going to be well reported in the media. The media is going to cover it and report it widely. And that could span action at the point of level of government to do something. Don't forget that we have been having cross-border attack, not until when Obasanjo daughters was attacked some years back. And that was when President Obasanjo was forced to close the Benin-Nigeria border to ensure that the gang leader of that cross-border robbers was arrested, prosecuted, and sentenced to life imprisonment. So, but the reality is that every day, these people, they operate and they kill people. But we have to call a spade a spade. I spoke to one of my friends recently who said, okay, we have armed robbers everywhere. We have Fulani S-men everywhere. I'm an historian, and I will take some of you to memory lane. If you've forgotten, I will start from the time of Ajayi Crowther, how Ajayi Crowther was attacked, who attacked Ajayi Crowther, who came to Shogun, who burned their villages, the language they are speaking. So we are going to, we are going to, I will come back and give you this idea of that. But let me wait. Wally Badmos, I can see you. So the key thing is that we understand that we have security challenges everywhere in Nigeria. So what has changed is that the way it's being reported, that's what has changed. So But we must call a spade a spade. You know, there's something like Yoruba herdsmen attacking people. We know we have ritualists in the southwest. The Fulani herdsmen, they have been killing our people for so long time. And what has changed is that there has never been any time in the history that there will be so much emboldened like this before. General Obasanjo will tell you, I call him General Obasanjo before he became elected president in 1999, on several occasions how they came to his Obasanjo farm along my village in Lalate to Igbora, how these people come every time to enter his farm and destroy all his farm product and eat everything. At a point, he came one day with soldiers and they killed some of them. They killed their cows. No, they arrested some of these Fulani S-men. So, I'm talking to you where I come from in Ibarapa Okeogun corridor. Every day, every Maya market, these S-men operate there. I agree with a lot of people, and what people want to understand is, I want people to understand is not just about Fulani alone. We must have plan. We must have plan, and we will paint a kind of lip surface in such a way that people are doing what they are doing, and up to today, we've not heard the issue of these people being arrested, being prosecuted, and they are so emboldened, and they've moved down southwest, and they are doing what they are doing. Irrespective of how we want to defend them, we have to get this clear that what is going on now is different. These people are so emboldened. They are using AK-47. They've seen it at business, and they have collaborators within the Southwest who are working with them. I want all of you to listen to Dr. Amsad, who was recently kidnapped. I listened to him in BBC with what happened, how he was kidnapped, what he saw in the kidnappers' den, how women were slaughtered, how some people are even communicating with them, trying to buy the part of those who, of course, have been kidnapped. If you cannot pay ransom, it's either you are killed or they sell your part to people. Well, my people, there's fire on the mountain. And I want to welcome your comment on this, because we must have a plan. This is a challenge for our own generation. I can keep going and going and going, giving you a sample of what has happened in the past. Now, we must think, we must have, what should be our plan? We have been talking about restructuring. We have been talking about centralized police, where only federal government control police, control everything. It's never done anywhere in the world. In the United States, where, of course, we adopted their federal system. Every local government, they have control over their police. State, they have control over their police. It is only in Nigeria that they must take order from Abuja before anything happens. How do we respond to this in a turbulent time like this? So I want people to come out and think about this, that this is a challenge which, of course, we are facing at this point in time. And what must we do? What kind of plan should we have to be able to counter this? Now our people cannot go to farm and farm again. And the implication of this is that there's going to be famine. When people cannot go and farm again, and some people are just coming, destroying their farm, and they are killing people, when they see that the most lucrative thing you can do at this point in time is to kidnap people, kill them if they cannot pay ransom, and also sell their part. Of course, this will continue. We have been talking about state police for so long time, but no government, even President Goodluck Jonathan government, who, of course, I expected so much from him because of the agitation, because of his exposure, to have used his influence as at that time to ensure that we balkanize everything and have state policing. We have a local government police. He could not do it. So don't let us talk about that again at this point in time, because we know that's not going to be, the government is not looking in that way, in that direction. But this is my suggestion. Every governor must be able to point to kind of commissioner of police they want to have in their state. If you want to say that the governor is a chief security officer of a state, that chief security officer of a state must be able to say that, okay, I want Mr. So-so-so to be the commissioner of police in Oyo State. The governor of Lagos State should say, okay, we have an high-ranking officer within the police service who could be a commissioner of police in Lagos. That will work at this point in time. this person coming, if I'm from your state and I happen to be the commissioner of police in your state, definitely I will know that I have a lot of things at stake. And for the check and balances, the zonal IG will be there to be able to checkmate the commissioner of police, provided anytime they notice that governor want to use them for political agenda. That's one of the ways to go. And for the fact that we still think that security of 21st century is brick and mortar, we're making a lot of mistakes. All over the world, people deploy technology, intelligence technologies to be able to combat security. One of the things, so much difficult things to do at this point in time is being able to see what is happening in Sambisa forest or see what is happening in all our forests in the southwest and think we know what is going on there without application of technology. And that was why I gave thumb up to the whether a division of army who launched small drone the other time, intelligence drone, to be able to gather intelligence and know what these people are discussing, where they are located. More of this should come. And that is what I want people, to discuss. I welcome your advice because we cannot fold our hand at this point in time and be thinking that help will come from heaven. Help will not come from nowhere, except we come together and say, this is what we need for ourselves. This is what we need for ourselves. So I would say that at this point in time, there's fire on the mountain. There's so much fire on the mountain, and that's what we should need to realize. What kind of plan should we have? What kind of plan should we have? When government do not have political will to prosecute offender, when the offender understand that when they do it, it's either they negotiate with them or they give them amnesty, then there will be problem. And it's so sad that today we are even faced with what we call internet threat, insider threat. I just read the occurrence notice issued by the Army Command in Sokoto State, where they accuse, some military men of robbing a VIP in Sokoto State. How do we know that there's no collaborator within those who will give the responsibility of the protection of our people to with these men of underworld? That is where we must have a plan. We must have after action review to ensure that we work with state governors, that we come out with modalities, for local policing, like Wale Badmos just mentioned. I completely agree with you. Intelligence-led policing is key important, and also awareness is key. At this point in time, all our governors, all our local government chairmen must be able to move around, organize town hall meeting, educate people about intelligence. When you see something, you have to say something. The era of seeing something and you report to police and you become a victim, it should have gone for so long time. The reason people don't give information is because they are afraid that if they give information, whether they are not going to become victim. It's quite important for us to be able to talk to our people, have what we call town hall meeting with them. Give them specification of what they should look for. And this is where we can help at this point in time. Intelligence gathering, providing information to the right people. So the government at this point in time must be able to provide phone numbers, contact of the people, which of course people must be able to reach out to. I come from Ibarakwa. My people are suffering in Ibarakwa local government. You can cross-check the first motion, the first awareness, which of course a member of federal of a representative from my zone, Honorable Muraina, raised when he got to the parliament was the issue of what's going on in the Ibarakwa local government. The entire Ibarakwa Okeogun corridor, if you are coming from Chaki up to Igbo, up to Ishayi, coming to Adoawaye, up to Igwora, there's a problem. And those people who are kidnapping people, who are killing people, they are the same S-men. We are not labeling one particular tribe that they are criminal. But what we are saying is that this has been going on for so long time. And what we've seen is that nobody's arresting these people. And what we are saying is that we have not seen any one of them being prosecuted. So it's like our land has been invaded. So I don't want people to see it as an ethnic thing. But the reality is that we know that within Yoruba land, we have ritualists, we have different kind of criminals also. But what we've seen so far is becoming more sophisticated, and it's happening every day. And we cannot just fold our hand. So these people, they don't know whether you are PDP, whether you are APC, whether you are whatever you are. They don't know you. And that's why we must act. And that's why we must take politics out of this. We must not politicize this issue. We must take politics out of this. There's a need for a bipartisan effort coming together to address the issue of insecurity in Nigeria. Otherwise, when you start pointing fingers, you don't know when you are going to be attacked. As I'm talking to you, I'm a PDP member, card-carrying member of PDP. Wale Badmus is my brother. He's one of the strongest members of APC. If anything happened to me today, the first person that will fight is Wale Badmus. Nicholas Adiaja is a member of APC. I have most of my family who are members of APC. We don't fight each other in the Southwest. We are so mature and sophisticated. And that's why we should not be pointing accusing finger to anybody. We must come together closely and see how we can work with government to ensure that we tame this insecurity in this country, in the Southwest. Now, I just mentioned to you, for some of you who have never read about Ajayi Crowther, Bishop Ajayi Crowther was the person who translated English Bible to Yoruba Bible. You need to read his letter. You can Google it. It will explain, you will understand how the Southwest was invaded by the Fulanis in those days. They had problem in their area. So after they were conquered, they moved down Southwest and they started kidnapping people and they were selling them as slaves. We understand that some of these Fulani S-men who, of course, moving down to the Southwest at this point in time, they could not even do anything in the Sambisa Forest again. There's serious problem going on in the Northeast, serious problem going in the Northwest. You see what is going on in Zamfara. Some of them could not even survive. So they have to start coming down towards South. And what they do when they get there to survive, because they've come to realize the fact that, okay, probably one cow is going to be 100,000 naira. But if you are able to kidnap one person and you get 1 million naira, that's equivalent of 10 cows. So they see it as lucrative. And these people, when they are kidnapping, they don't know whether you are APC, whether you are Christian, whether you are Muslim, whether you are PDP. And that's why all hands must be on the deck to ensure that we counter this. So when you are pointing accusing finger to APC or PDP, you have to think twice. Because by the time it happened, when these two will kidnap your relative or kidnap you if you are lucky, they will not ask you whether you are a card carrying member of APC, whether you are Muslim, whether you are Christian. Well, I agree with you, Onolaja, that governors should introduce what we call territorial mapping of their respective states using GIS technology. Yes, I've said it. At this point in time, for us to be able to combat all the problems which, of course, we are facing today, it's important for us to apply technology. Intelligence gathering to be able to know where they are coming from through this territorial mapping. The men to enter Lagos State, or you enter Ogun State, or you enter your state, or wherever Ekiti State, we must be able to know who are the people entering our territory. And also we must understand the kind of weapons they are carrying. In those days, we know that these Fulani S-men, they carry their Sanda or Pa, but today they carry AK-47. So how do you confront those who are carrying AK-47 with those with cutlasses and Sanda? So let me set the record straight. I've read different reactions to what happened to Pa Fasorati, but it's not just about going to war with anybody. It's not just about going to war with Fulani or Hausa. It's about being able to frustrate the criminals. We have criminals everywhere. How do we tame these people? How do we confront them using technology, using intelligence, technology and intelligence, and how we use it is the only way out. Yes, we always say in the South we are so much sophisticated. Of course, we are sophisticated. So, but if you are sophisticated, and these people who are not sophisticated are coming to our territory and they are killing our people, so we can just imagine that we are not sophisticated as we claim we are. I've seen all the Southwest governors coming together in the recent security summit, but I've not seen action. I understand they come out with plan of action from that summit, but I've not seen the implementation of that plan of action. Are we going to sit down and fold our hand in akimbo and be looking at our cousins, relatives, mothers, and fathers being killed? Pa Fasoroti is 94 years old. One of his daughters that's been killed is 58 years old. This old man must have been thinking that by the time he died, this lady, this woman, will be among those who will carry him into his everlasting grave. But today, look at what happened. It can happen to anybody. Don't ever say it cannot happen to me. It can happen to anybody. Ladies and gentlemen, we should not see this as APC problem or PDP problem. We should not see this as Willard's problem. We should see it as our collective problem, and we must be able to come out with we have collective responsibility to find solution to this problem. We know that our Oga at tops, they will not approve community policing at this point in time. One of the reasons I would respect Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu is the introduction of LASMA in Lagos State. If you don't know, it's policing as well. They see things, they supply intelligence to police who carry weapons, then to be able to curtail that. At state level, first, territorial mapping, all of them, they have all these agents, one way or the other, those who are collecting tax by, is either they call them KIA, or they call them whatsoever they call them. They must integrate them, working with law enforcement agents, intelligence community, academic community, to ensure that we get intelligence in real time and give that intelligence for those who will take action on those intelligence. Faith-based organizations like churches, mosques must get involved. Yes, we know that there are a lot of things happening which, of course, the federal government refuses to act. But if you don't put pressure on federal government, probably government will not do anything. Maybe federal government will not do anything. So it's up to every one of us. There is fire on the mountain. Our heart and mind goes to the family of Pa Fasoroti, and we pray that this will never happen again. I've been a victim of armed robbery. I've been a victim of Fulani herdsmen. I know one family, 3, 4, 5, more than 10 people that has been raped along Maya Erua. I know the old man that was killed, after collecting his mobile phone, collected money from him, and they still kill him. It happens everything. But because it's not a daughter of Fasoroti, and that's why a lot of people don't know. And that's why people are not talking about it. And as I'm talking to you now, I know some people, they have been robbed where they are. So we will continue to put pressure on federal government to do something about this. Intelligence-led policing. The government must share intelligence and carry people along. At this point in time, also, the government should integrate civilian analysts who will be able to see things differently from the way military or police will see it. It is also important to understand the culture. Oh, some people say, okay, this is how nomadic people walk up and down. Oh, that's why you should. And one of the reasons Professor Wole Soyinka declared that Ruga is internal colonialism. You have to understand our culture and respect our culture as we understand your own culture and we respect your own culture. Technology and how we use it with intelligence is the way out. Social media is good, so we can use it for crowdsourcing, and that's why we know what is happening in real time. Well, we continue with this episode of the role that you and I must have to play to tame the state of insecurity, which of course we have in Nigeria at this point in time. I know it's late in Nigeria now, so I will not want to waste much time. But I tell you, if you fold your hand, you don't know what is going to happen to you. Understand that it's not about APC, it's not about PDP, it's about our system. Anywhere in the world where you have this kind of economic crisis, which of course we're having today, anywhere in the world where you have the state of unemployment, which of course we have today, automatically we are going to face this kind of challenges. It's a challenge of our own generation. We have to do something about it. Every generation, out of its relative obscurity, discover its mission to fulfill or betray it. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you are not going to betray it. Good night.